Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. It's time to refresh the family room. In this video, I'm going to give the space a fresh, modern update by infusing the color green, a shade that feels alive, vibrant, and timeless. Using items I already have, I'll show you how I create a cohesive and stylish look while keeping it budget friendly. If you're looking for inspiration, this just might be the video for you. And let me know in the comments below if you like using green in your decor as well. First up, we're going to be working on the shelving unit. So stay tuned, here it comes. All right, so this is the shelving unit that I'm talking about. And if you can tell, it used to be an entertainment center, but I kind of repurposed it into this piece that we can use for display purposes. Now, this is in a transition. I am eventually going to take this out and put different kind of shelving in here that's more flat to the wall. But for now, it is what it is, and we're going to start creating something. So here in this centerpiece right here, what I've done is I have this large crystal punch bowl that I'm actually using to house pine cones because it is the winter and I like the warmth and the natural element and texture that provides. But what I did was I put a green wreath around the bottom over here just to infuse some of that green. Now you can't see it, but back there is a tray, and on the tray, I'll try to show you later, I'll give you a close-up. On the tray, there's some dogs in there, and they're in some greenery, so there is some subtle hints of greenery there. Now I'm going to add a few things to here that aren't green, but give a natural feeling. I'm going to start with these two tin canisters which have a wicker feeling, but they're tin, because I am going to infuse some wicker into the room for some warmth and for that excuse me, that neutrality that it provides. So I'm going to put one here and I'm going to put one over here. Okay, now in front of that, what I'm going to use is these black candle holders, these chunky candle holders, and I'm using this candle right here, which you see is it has that beigey kind of a color, and then the brown, which you'll see in the room as well, because I'm not trying to ignore it. I mean, I don't want it to look like, you know, the hills are alive and everything is green. I mean, you need something to tone it down so that the green has something to play off of, and of course that's the neutral beige that I'm using. So I'm going to put one over here, moving this over here a little bit, okay? And I'm going to show that little design that's on the candle. And then I have another one for this side right here. Okay, so I have my central portion now. Now up here on the top, like I said, again, I could load these up with books and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to use a few pieces that kind of stand alone and can stand alone and look like something. So up there, I'm going to use two different pieces, but that they're similar in idea and kind of shape. Okay, so first I'm going to put in this funky vase right here. This is handmade, and you can see something happened to it in the kiln. I don't know, but we thought it was interesting, and we picked it up. And you can see even this side is kind of depressed, but it's neat. It has that green and has a little bit of hint of kind of a blue, which I have. I'll show you later. There's a picture on the opposite wall, which has the same exact coloring. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting this up here. Okay, stand alone like that. That's it. And then on this side, I'm going to use another picture, and this one has the beige and the brown tones, as you can see, but it also has a hint of gold, which I'm using in this room as well. And because it has a similar idea and shape, I'm going to put that standalone right here. So you see I have the handle of this one going that way, and I have the handle of this one going this way. Okay, so let's go on this side now. So right here, I have this ginger jar, which has a top, but I'm not using it. And if you notice, I put these tassels on it. It has the green and the gold, and you'll see in a reason why. And what I'm going to do, stand alone again, that's going to go right here. Okay? Now, on the opposite side, I wanted something that had a similar shape, and that's why I didn't use the top on that, because the thing I'm putting over there doesn't have a top on it. So on the opposite side, I'm using same shape, right? But this time, what I did was, to get that green color, is I put pears inside there, and I added these tassels here, which are all gold. So same idea, same kind of color, but a little bit different. And I'm going to put this up here. Okay? Creating balance, creating balance. Now, these next shelves right here, I need a little variation. I just don't want one thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be using a combination of 3. So, on the right side over there, I'm using this jar, which used to belong to my mother-in-law, and it has orange and yellow in it, but it has some greenery in it as well. Can't use everything green. You need something to play off of it, but it still gives you that idea. So I'm going to use this here. But instead of that standing alone like that, what I'm doing is I'm going to add in, just for some interest, 2 bottles. Now, this one has those brown tones that I'm talking about, and this one has a little bit deeper, almost you see a touch of burgundy in there. So I'm going to use the taller one in the back of it and the shorter one on the side of it. Like that, okay? Can you see it? I'll show you better when I'm done here. Okay, now on the opposite side, I want the same idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm using this jug, Marianne's grandfather's wine jug right here, and I'm going to place that here so it echoes the same height as the one over here. And now, because I have the 2 bottles here, I want to put 2 kind of bottles over there. So what I have is this wine bottle, which has a green color, and this vase, which has a green color. I'm not putting anything in it. I'm just using it basically for the color. So here, I'm putting the bottle, and here, the 2 centerpieces right here. Here, I'm using 2 identical pieces just to ground this whole thing. Now, I have these right here. Now, it has this very Italian grape pattern on here. I'm not using that color, so I'm turning it this way. And that's how I'm going to display this. I'm going to use this right here. Okay? Then I have another one for the other side. I'm going to use this right here. Okay? And then to ground it further, we're pushing everything down. I'm going to use these 2 tchotchkes right here, which have the green color as well. And I'm going to put one here, push this back a little bit, and one here, push this back a little bit right there. Okay, so now I have these 2 cubbies over here. So here again, I don't have anything that's really green that I want to use, so I'm switching to a beigey kind of white. And what I'm using is an antique canister set, and it's, I guess, like 60 years old. That's antique, right? And I'm going to use 3 pieces of it. And here it is. This is the flower one. See, it says flower, but I'm not going to show that. I'm showing this side right here. So this goes in here like this, right? Like that. And then I'm going to use the coffee and the tea canister right here, and I'm going to use it the same way. So the big one here, this one here, and then the smallest one right here, like this. So I have a trio right there. You know, things look better in odd numbers. Then on the other side, I'm going to use a standalone piece. And it has this big green pear on it, but I don't want to see the grapes. So I'm actually going to use it on this side instead. And that goes there. Now, up on the top, what I did was I used two green, I don't know what you call them, like jars, they're kind of jars, and which we got in the Christmas tree shops a long time ago. And then in the center, I used a collection of wicker stuff to give it texture. So here I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces up there, and I didn't add any greenery or stuff like that because sometimes I just, sometimes I don't like to do that because it collects dust and it bothers me. So I'm leaving it like that. It can stand alone just based on the different shapes and the texture and the amount of them. So you don't always have to add picks into everything to bring it to life. It comes to life just by the way you combine the stuff. Okay, so let's see how I'm going to infuse green in the rest of the room as well. Okay, so now on this side of the room, I'm going to infuse green as well. And as you can see on the wall right here, this picture right here has the greens and a little bit of that little tiny bit of a hint of blue in there and the beiges. And then I have this right here, and I have this gold urn up here, which also has some greenery, it has some life, and it has a little bit of fruit on it. Then I have these two gates right here, which are painted green, and on there I put some paintings, gold frames, mirrors, gold frames, and then pictures down there which are also gold. But here, now to bring the blue into here, now this couch is, I don't know how it looks on there, it kind of looks beigey, it's a pewter kind of a color, so it has a little bit of a tinge of silver gray, beigey brown. It's like very hard to decipher, but what's good about it is it accepts a lot of different colors. I've had burnt orange on here, I've had red during Christmas, I'm using green now. Everything like really kind of goes with this. It's a really great neutral. I'm going to start right here by putting a throw. All right, now I'm going to use this throw right here, and it's really soft. It's plaid, as you can see, Ralph Lauren, right? And what I'm going to do is, again, it pulls in the color green and a little tinge of blue that's right there in that picture as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of drape it on the corner up here. I'm going to throw it up on the side up here like this, right? And then I'm going to let it droop down right here. Okay? Like that. Just like that. It's simple, nothing, right? Then I'm going to use a large pillow that actually came with the couch, right? This is on this side and this is on the other. And I know a lot of people don't like to use the pillows that come with the couch, but I do. So I am going to put this right here, okay? This pillow in the corner. Now, in front of that, I'm going to use this pillow right here, which we got from Costco. And you can see there's the green bird in here. There's the brown and the beige of the room, and the beigey color right here. And the bird here, which goes with the bird that's in this picture right here. So it kind of all goes together. And I'm going to put this right here on this angle. All right? Now, in the center, what I'm doing is I have another one of these that came with the couch. I'm putting that in the center, okay? Then in the front, I'm going to use two variations of green. I'm going to use this green. This is a pillow cover. Got it in Shoppers World. I think it was like $5, the cover, right? I'm going to use this back here, okay? And I'm going to use this a hunter green pillow with this really great fringe right here. This is a little bit more expensive, this pillow, but I like the deep green because I'm going to use it somewhere else. and I'm going to put this here in this corner. Then down at the other end, minus the throw, I'm going to use this pillow again, just like I used there, and I'm going to use another one of these, just like I used over here. Okay, so on the Ottoman, I'm going to use this green throw, which is not as dark as that Hunter and not as dark as that other throw, but it's green and it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just putting it here like this on here, right? And I'm going to pull in the sides a little bit so it's not hanging on the floor like that, right? Show a little bit of that fringe right there. Then on here, to carry the theme of the wicker that's on top of the wall unit there, I'm using this wicker tray, so it's easy for me to pick up at night when Marianne wants to put her feet up on here. Then I'm going to use this bowl that has some green candy in it, perfect, and that's going to go right there. And to carry the idea of those jars that are in the wall unit, I'm using this jar. It doesn't have anything in it yet, but I'm going to do that here. And then that's it. That's all I'm putting on there. I'm not going crazy with this because it's used every night. Okay, so down here by the fireplace, hello, down here by the fireplace, I have these two chairs right here on an angle, and I also put these two ottomans here. And the reason I did that is because I'm trying to hide some of the wiring and the Wi-Fi thingy back there because I can't stand the way all that looks. So I have these two, and they're good for storage, and they're also good for additional seating as well if we have a lot of people here. So you can pull them out and they can be used very easily. So I want to infuse a little bit of green down this end. So what I'm doing is I'm using this pillow cover on this pillow, which we got in Shoppers World, like I said, and then these beautiful green velvet pillow covers, which Marianne got off of Amazon. And I'm just simply going to put one and one. Put the zipper side down, right? Zipper side down. Okay. If I could find the zipper, it helps. Okay. And it's really put it. There it is. Okay. And there it is. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Zipper side down and here. Okay, so take a look at that big old mess of wires back there that I can't really do anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put something there to hide it. So I'm going to carry the wicker theme over here with this basket, and I'm going to use this green throw that my grandmother crocheted to carry the green, and I'm going to put it right here, and it covers up that big mess. And then I just said to you, I don't want to use picks, but I did use a couple here just to bring some life into the room, some greenery, and I use this plant stand in a big old white pot right here, and some nice greenery just to bring some life into this corner. Okay, so let's take a look at the room and see what I did in here. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I really do appreciate it. If you'd be so kind to give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment or share, I'd really appreciate it. And thanks again, and I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Okay, buddy, take care. Bye-bye.